Hello, I'm Terry Gifford, owner and caretaker of Willowbrook Manor, English Tea House and Farm Stay. Welcome to Red Falcon Road. You know, there's nothing like sharing a cup of tea with a dear friend. And I'd like to introduce you to my mother, author Liz Adair. And together, we are two ladies,
2 cups of tea,
sharing the back rows
and backstories.
of Skagit Valley and beyond.
So I'm reading this one about concrete. The first major fire to devastate concrete.
There were many, but
Yeah.
you're supposed to ask about the tea.
Oh, what kind of tea?
Today
serving
we
today?
have, because it's autumn, I've got cranberry orange. Have you tried my cranberry orange yet?
I think we had it one day.
That's right, and you said you
I
hadn't
know
had it before.
But I've had it before now.
You have.
But it's very nice.
It is very nice.
You can taste the orange. That's
Yes.
very nice.
So she's given the spoiler alert. Today we're going to take you to concrete.
It's a walking tour of concrete, and they've got a book about it.
And that's what I picked up at the museum. So Johnny on the spot, called the museum. They're opening up for us to come and share a little bit of their history. And we will show you parts of the history walk of concrete.
Including the school where I taught.
Yes. So are you ready to go?
No, I'm going to finish my orange cranberry tea, or cranberry orange, and maybe this is a good time for a word from our sponsor.
How about that? And now, a word from our sponsor.
Red Falcon Road is brought to you today by Willowbrook Manor Scone Mix. A scone mix so easy to use and so delicious to eat. Everybody is saying,
There's magic in the mix.
Late October is the time to go to concrete because of the fall colors.
So the beginning of concrete was logging, right, Mom?
Yeah, it was logging.
And then someone discovered limestone?
And clay, which are things that you need to make cement. This is the building where I taught school. My window was the one on the top floor on the right-hand side corner room.
And here we are at the Concrete Museum. It's decorated for their ghost tour. Sherry, thank you so much for letting us call and schedule an off-hours tour.
Very nice to have you today. We love it when people call us and say we'd want to see the museum. Here we are. So we had some real creative people who designed the exhibits. We have things from the very, very early history of logging. That's a picture pretty much of what a logging camp would look like. And over on the left, we have the camp cooks. And they said, were they scared to be out there in the woods? And most of those women had a husband, a brother, or someone that was doing the logging, and you didn't mess with them.
Tell me about the grunge on the windows.
That is what is left over from the cement plants. And there were tons of dust, cement dust, that came out of the smokestacks at the 2 big plants. And it attached itself to everything because it was limestone and everything was wet. And so the trees were white and the windows were white. And if you left your car on the street for a week, your windshield would be white and you'd have to go up to the plant office and get some acid to etch your windshield back to glass.
Wow. This is a fabulous museum. When can people come here? When are you open?
We're open on Saturdays from Memorial Day in the end of May all the way through September.
Wonderful. So this is a walking tour, Mom, but we'll drive today.
Oh, thank you. This is the old fire hall. It housed the fire engines.
And I hear that it also had 2 jail cells. So the Assembly of God Church, that's one of the original buildings that survived the fire, right?
Yeah,
When was it built?
1906.
This was the concrete plant's office building. This is where people would come to get their paychecks. It's also where the townspeople paid their utility bills. This is the 1931 Safety Award statue, and it commemorates the years that they had no fatalities. It was really dangerous work, wasn't it?
There aren't many years without fatalities. It was dangerous work.
Yes. The Henry Thompson Bridge is so picturesque. Mom, what's the history of it?
It was completed in 1918, and at the time was hailed as the longest single-span concrete bridge in the world.
These are just samplings of our tour of concrete. You'll want to come and do the walking tour yourself. Mama, are you getting hungry?
Oh, I am so hungry. What are you feeding me today?
We're gonna do Annie's Pizza.
You had me at pizza.
Let's go.
Appreciate you coming in. Menus are right there under the chips if you need any. There's also a homemade chowder with Chilean cod salmon and clams, coconut, carrot, cilantro, lime soup, and tomato basil bisque.
Yeah, unleaded with artichoke hearts.
And I am gonna have the Hawaiian.
With the cherries?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I've never had cherries on a pizza.
I came in every day for what felt like a week, and I asked the lady at front, who turned out to be Annie, I'd say, hey, are you ready to hire me yet? And she'd look at me and she'd go, oh no, you know, we're slow and whatnot. And then after, like I said, about a week of that, she just finally looked at me and was like, you're not gonna give up, are you? I said, no, I really need a job. Little did I know that next day I was gonna end up meeting what would be my wife, her daughter. I've been here about 25 years, but Danny's worked here the whole 31 plus years with her since she was 11 years old.
And so Annie started it downtown.
It was on Main Street concrete. Up there they were using house ovens, and they had a coffee can for a till that my wife would count back change to people. And a year or so later, they ended up moving down to this facility that we're in now, Annie's Pizza Station, which was a gas station. I believe it was Texaco, and then this is another gas station as well. So that's where we got the Supreme, the diesel, the unleaded. Cookies are called ethanol cookies after gasoline. She told me that her dad would always ask for ethanol at the gas station, and she always imagined this big lady coming out to pump the gas.
Soups from scratch.
Yep.
You make all your bread dough from scratch.
Yep, I make the potato bread and the French bread from scratch. We do lasagnas from scratch. We hand rip our salads. We make a variety of our dressings. If you want something that no one else has, you have to be doing something that no one else is doing. It's easy to cut a bag open and dump some stuff out, or defrost some dough bread and bake it and, you know, kind of have the effect of a homemade, but it doesn't have that love being put into it.
You can taste it.
Yep, that's exactly. And people always ask what my ingredient, like secret ingredient in my soup is, and I've told many people it's 2 large onions and love. Every soup I make starts with 2 large onions. I don't care if it calls for it or not. 2 large onions going in there, and then love.
Well, thank you so much for your time, especially with us just dropping in.
No, I appreciate it. And Annie's been a great lady. Without her, none of this would be here. Had she not given me the chance all those years ago, I wouldn't be here right now talking to you with all these wonderful creations and soups and just doing what I love.
What a great day trip from Willowbrook that was.
Tune in next time for 2 ladies, 2 cups of tea, sharing the back roads and backstories of Skagit Valley and beyond.
If you like this video, hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up.